What up, people? It's your friendly neighborhood shooter broadcast you live from the side. Man, listen, we done already kicked it off. We already kicked it off.
I didn't even have my headphones on.
Hey, it was too juicy. Yeah. We had to start. It was too juicy. We talking pronouns today. Welcome to the Union Podcast.
Please, I hope nobody from my job.
Union Podcast.
That's what I was waiting on.
Oh yeah, I'm waiting for the airplane.
So we're finally back. Full strength. Reef is here.
Down a minute.
Pac-Man's
I'm back.
here. Pac-Man's back in the back.
Listen, I'm mad. 2023, I'm behind the couch again.
Isaiah and Veda. So, like I said,
Clearly
today,
he don't got his tail today, so it didn't work.
You missed the joke. We had a really good joke for you. We was cracking up on the last episode.
Do I have to go one by one?
You might have to, because it was too good.
Motherfucker.
You might have to read it.
So today we are talking pronouns. I have so many questions, so much to say about it. It is the new world, I guess, and I'm for everybody having representation, like you said. I don't get why we have to. Why does that matter? I guess, like, talk to me. Why does that matter? Because somebody asked me, it's like, what pronoun do you prefer? Shit, I had to think back to English class. Like, what? What?
My name is my name.
Exactly. Like, you know what I mean? Like, why is that a thing?
Piss you a he. If you sit down and piss you a she.
I mean,
what it is.
You would think
if he was born a natural born woman and a natural born man, you know what I mean, you are a male or a female. So I mean, they complicating everything now.
I like what Veda said earlier. You how you feel is okay, that's cool, but you can't argue science. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can alter it.
Yeah, but that's what the world is doing now. Like, everybody just creating things like this. When did this even come about? Like, when we were growing up,
this has been around for a while.
I always looked at it as
please, because I may have missed it.
Yeah.
The pronouns are like the real precedent for the pronouns is probably more current within the last probably like 5 to 10 years.
Right.
But
It's been that long.
Yeah. Yeah, but you think about what's happening in a world where you remember back in the 80s when Eddie Murphy was with the transvestite. That's
allegedly.
Allegedly,
I don't think that we never had men dressing up as women. Like, that's always been, that's always been around.
Yeah, 74th and Halsted, right?
I said I don't think we never had men dressing up as women. That's always been around.
Right.
That's always been around. It's just the fact that when he can tell you now that you have to address him as a woman.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, right.
That's something new. That's where the confusion comes.
So you're saying, like, drag queens always been around.
Like,
but they always accepted themselves as males.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Now they want feminine rights. Now they want women's rights. Women's rights. You know what I'm saying? Like,
they want to play. Well, it gets to a point where you're born a man and you're gonna play a woman's sport or play in.
Oh yeah, I even seen that.
That's crazy.
See the UFC fight?
No, with the.
I was. You know what?
That's a couple years ago, right?
Brought up.
It is ridiculous. This man beat on this woman so damn bad. For real, it's not even funny.
I'm not even gonna lie. It's not funny.
Years ago.
It's not funny.
The
but
man was like 6'4", and the woman was like 5.
When I say he was beating on this girl, she couldn't even get a lick off.
So wait, because he identified as a woman?
Yeah. I'm finna go join me a couple sports and be an Olympic gold medal.
Be rich, come on.
He was beat. I mean, it's UFC. Now you know how UFC.
I definitely
UFC get.
Yeah.
He was beating on this little woman, and it was a black. Maybe I guess she was black. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I mean, fast. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, clearly a dude, man. It was like really like just a beating that you just sat there and watched, and I was just like,
fighting the predator.
How do you?
Like the motherfucking video game, but you got
he win the final boss mode.
Chun-Li versus the Predator.
Fuck, all you heard was that fucking noise.
Hey, I gotta turn it off for a minute. But if you watch it, it'll be so bad. It'd be like something you couldn't even watch because it's like he was so fast and just like powerful. You could tell it was a power difference.
Yeah,
clear power difference. That the girl all she could do was ball up and just cover herself until the referee stopped the fight. And I was like, how did you even sit there and watch 30 seconds of this? Like, he was beating the hell out of this girl.
And that's the thing. It's like you want to. That's where the inclusion part come in. And then now it's unfair.
Yeah, it's always going. That's
gonna be.
But we can't stop genetics.
I'm not saying
you can't stop genetics.
It's science. It's
I'm not saying that's in that sense. Of course, that is clearly unfair. That strength is going to be unmatched. But what I'm saying is, you're including these people into this type of sport for a female, and you clearly can tell this is not a female. This is a male. He's going to enter as a female. He's clearly going to dominate this sport. And it's like that's you cannot have inclusion for that. You can have a transgender league for the UFC. I think that should be, something appropriated for them. If they want to be included in the sport, we're going to give you your lane for the sport, because that's not fair.
It's going to be such a small
small percentage
to create
that.
Yeah. And it also is not going to be something to even watch. Like if this transition woman want to fight only women, why not fight men too? Why you can't do that? So just kind of blend intergender sport,
Yeah, but still in general, they shouldn't be fighting each other. Period. At all. Even if you fight a man,
nobody want to see a man fight a woman, especially
I wish
sport.
We're gonna watch. I'm gonna Google it.
So
y'all can watch
real quick. Veronica's online and she wanted to know
what's up,
what are we talking about, because she was saying that pronouns are she, her, hers, and Ella. I never heard of that one.
Now, let me kind of address that, because I'm part of my diversity, equity, and
get up, Pat.
Team, so I'm not going to get her anything like that. So she's going to try to
predator.
Yeah, she's going to try to throw out all these pronouns to call people, and it's like
cut the airplane on so we can watch see who's saying something to us.
But yeah, so it's a they actually have the alphabet of what you should address people as, and it's a respect factor on the end. But it is kind of changing the actual language. Like I gotta come in and identify myself and say, "Hi, I'm Antonio, and my pronouns is he, him." It's just like it's a lot too much. Like I can't address you how I see you, because if you eternally feel that you're a woman, I can't address you as a him because I see you as this appearance. They want to destroy this construct that gender doesn't matter. I should address you on how you intentionally feel. So I gotta.
How do I know how you feel? If we,
you gotta explain that to me, right?
Yeah.
So that's what makes it so confusing at this point. And while we got these alphabet and all these pronouns that you want to call somebody, like the Z's, A's, and
I think it's only confusing because we're feeding into it. Like I'm not doing that shit. I will address you as what I see.
I think that's fair, bro.
I think so.
I think it's fair, because because back in the day, you think about when they was calling certain women that look masculine, they call them dykes, right? So you will see them, and if she identified, I'm saying she because she was born without male genitalia, you know what I'm saying? If she identified, or if you can clearly see that she's a guy, let's cut hair, right? You know what I'm saying?
Butch.
No, from 55th. What's her name?
KK.
Yeah. Clearly can tell that she was tomboyish, right? But I just called her KK. You know what I'm saying? Now, if KK was like, yo, address me as him, I'm still call you KK because I know you. You know what I'm saying? But if you done turned your whole thing and now you look like Vader, off top, somebody that don't know you gonna be like, yo, what up, bro? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Right.
But I'm a bro, but I identify as a her. And it's like, there's no way I would know that off top.
Right. And that's just the general appearance thing.
Yeah.
And I had an issue with that. I saw like a lesbian or stud come in that was appearing as a man. And I was like, what up, guy? How you doing, sir? I'm not a sir. I'm like, that's my fault. I'm address you.
But then you see them doing the TikToks now where they're the studs, and then they flip the screen and then they turn into the what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The chick. Yeah. What? So I don't fucking understand. I don't. I'm sorry.
I believe I'm gonna call you what I perceive that you are.
I'm just gonna call them by their name.
If I'm wrong, but I'm talking about if I don't know your name.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm not even going to identify nobody moving forward because this is such a hot bed topic. You see that, Dave Chappelle getting,
the baby
control for years over this about how you feel about it. But like, hey, what is your name? My name is Mark.
So,
women. I'm not going to say
is on y'all opinion. are y'all gonna address them about what that person tells you that they are? You don't know them, right? You don't know the person,
right?
But they explain that they are a man, but they want you to address them as her.
Yep.
I address them by their name.
Yeah, I'm gonna call.
Have y'all ever came? I mean, like,
yes.
Experience that you have, Pat?
Yeah.
No, I mean, that should even carry into the schools, like in
yeah.
the school.
I don't think I've experienced. I mean, obviously we experienced like gay people,
right? But nobody have ever.
But nobody that's like, think they want to identify as the opposite.
How do you explain that in the schools? You know, like in the school, like in my kid's school, it's someone that wants to be called mixed. What is that? They want like mixed and then their last name. You know what I'm saying?
They got to go by a pronoun, whatever they pronoun they got.
Right.
Like if I never
identify them mixed, and then it's the name.
Oh yeah, mixed. So that means they really want you to be impressed about.
But they have the kids have to call them that as well. Like the shit is just so confusing. It's confusing. The kids come home, they got a million questions. They don't know what's going on. Like it just
we don't know what's going on.
Exactly. Like it throws off the whole the process of how you view life. You know what I'm saying? Or how you viewed life. It changes everything.
It actually interrupts learning because there's no reason for you to have to be going through that when it's a simple process of elimination. You're a boy, you're born a boy.
That's it.
You're a girl, you're born a girl. It's like
they don't know how like gullible kids are. I mean, kids are sponges, man. So like, and then they go off what they see that's popular, what's cool. So if this person is deemed a popular person, then they'll start feeding into that, and then trying to be like this person. And I don't understand that, like why they don't see that.
Because at this point in time, we trying to mirror it so we can see all the comments. Right. But Veronica said they got special training annually on gender. Now, I don't not agree with it. I mean, like I say, let's learn the proper way.
Wait, what you mean training on how
to address
how to address
people? I thought it was on training how to be one.
No,
probably that too. You don't never know who's sitting in there.
Hi, I'm Walt Disney.
Right.
Make sure you tuck it all the way to the left behind the left thigh.
But you know how stream it is, and this was addressed on the series Atlanta, about the trans racial aspect. Remember the episode, the Montague episode? Do y'all watch Atlanta?
No, I've never seen that.
Yeah, Atlanta is probably one of the greatest black show, probably the greatest black show ever created, man.
What, Housewives?
Martin?
No, Atlanta. Like
Atlanta.
ATL? Yeah.
Oh, I'd say. I thought you said Housewives, but go ahead.
No, it's Atlanta.
No, I thought you said Housewives.
But yeah, so they kind of touch on a lot of the, the things that goes on with the pronouns, and the episode was called The Montague, and it was about this guy. He was really making fun of Rachel Dolezal, and because he said he believed he was a 35-year-old white man from Denver. It was funny, very funny, but it was one of those tongue-in-cheek aims at how society is actually creating this chaos of what we should address people and how they trying to tear down a lot of these constructs. And it's really difficult because you kind of re-educating, you kind of try to take out what you already know. They're trying to reprogram you to do things. That's why I say I would address them by their name. That's the ultimate form of respect for me. Like, if you want to identify as a woman, your name is a woman name, but I clearly see you as a man. You want to say, hey, I want to identify myself as Valerie Jackson. Okay.
All right, I'm gonna tell you what. Yeah, I think it's like a nickname. You know what I'm saying? So like if you meet somebody, again, back in the day, you meet somebody back in the day and they say their name is Scooter. You know what I'm saying? You know him as Scooter. Like you want to be called Scooter, I'm gonna call you Scooter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like whatever you want to be called, I'm gonna call you that. But why am I won't say penalized, but like why am I ridiculed because you look like him, but you want to be a her?
Right.
Like
it's like
if off top starting off that relationship, you'd be like, yo, I identify as Karen.
And the problem is why do we have to? Right?
Correctly.
Yeah, I can see that.
Why do I have to call you Sharon if you not a Sharon, if you're Tom or something?
Yeah.
Why do I have to address you as what you want me to address you as if that's not your name?
Correct.
Like address me as a her when you say or ma'am or Miss Derek or something. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want you to address me as Miss before. You know what I'm saying? Even though your name is Derek. Like why do I have to address you in that manner? Like what rights do we have as people, as the
other side.
Outside of people, other side of people that we have. Like it's always about protecting that. To me, it's always about protecting that community to globalize it, to make it bigger. You know what I'm saying? Like it's no harm could be pressed towards them. Everything is hate towards them. Everything is hate.
Yeah.
No matter if they're violent, they can call you the N-word. They can do anything they want to do.
Yeah, but as the first thing you say about, oh, you a man.
Then Dave Chappelle was saying some shit like that.
Yeah,
like Martin and them should have marched in like leotards or some shit like that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I hate when it starts going down to the kid. Like I feel like, listen, man, when you grown, you do what the fuck you want to do.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Like
you know why it goes to the
kids?
It goes to the kids because they
got a program them now.
They program them now.
They got a program them now
because that's how it got out now.
That shit killing me, man. I just don't understand it.
Think how the wave now in the last 3 to 4 years where you seeing these people like, oh, this is the whole chart. These are these Gen Y, Gen Zers that's really.
Oh, you know what else is confusing me? This non-binary. What does that mean?
They don't subscribe to a single sex. It's about what they feel. If it's a male, they feel masculine or female energy. So whatever they feel in that time, so they can kind of
bounce back and forth.
Yeah. So where would you
a mutant?
I guess where would you
place them on the spectrum?
I guess so.
It's
you know what I'm saying?
It's
like so if I meet you and you know your name Chuck, you know what I'm saying, and you identify as her, or whatever. I'm trying to figure out how this shit works. So where does non-binary come into play?
That's when they trying to strip gender in this whole thing. Like Janelle Monáe is consider herself non-binary. It's just whatever she's energy she's emitting at that time, even if it's masculine or feminine. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. She's gonna adjust.
And that's another thing with the damn women is masculine energy.
Yeah,
it's just.
Whoa. So if a guy come up to you and say, and you asking them what do you identify as, they can say I'm not binary. Is that I'm not subscribing to a gender. I'm just existing. So whatever I feel that day, that's what I am. So
when they dig your ass up 100 years from now and you still identify as man,
maybe a man.
Okay, just making sure that doesn't change.
But they trying to challenge that in science too. Just trying to say like.
Yeah.
So B, when they just a question real quick from on Facebook, when they offering these classes through CPS, is it for staff or is it for students, and how young are these classes available to everyone? I guess you know what I'm saying. Are you not trying to teach no 5-year-old this?
It's staff. Man, they only train the staff.
Be surprised, yo.
Yeah. It's the staff.
So like if you feel like
and just for we are asking questions. We don't know.
Yeah, we don't know. I'm confused.
Speaking,
from a place of ignorance,
basically just our opinion, just confusion, just a lot of things. So anybody that want to chime in, to have something that they want to say or anything
please
like
help
that,
us understand.
That's just us. We just trying to grasp how it's coming. I don't want to say that. We want to grasp. You know what I mean?
A strong
the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? Not the whole thing either, but you know what I mean. Yeah,
because at some point,
trying to get an idea of what's going on, basically, because it's moving pretty fast.
Understanding becomes an attack according to them, because you don't understand. It's like seen as, oh, you attacking my pronouns or whatever I feel as a person. Like, no, I'm not trying to do that. So I don't understand why I have to address you as she when you standing here. Your name's Tom. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah. That's hella confusing, bro.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna just call you Tom, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's seen as that's one of those things that I was informed is seen as toxic masculinity. It's like,
so just by jumping off, just by changing it up. So when we get to like the Caitlyn Jenner kind of thing, right?
Right.
We addressing that.
What was his name? What was
Bruce Jenner?
Oh, Bruce Jenner.
Yeah, we're addressing. I don't mean that and that, but I'm just saying we addressing that situation. Mm-hmm. Now it's gonna be Miss Jenner.
Hey, you know what? Can I? Is it? I'm asking y'all too. Can you just say this human or that human?
I just call him Bruce.
No, I mean like
No, they
instead
probably
of
gonna come
saying
out.
her or him, can you just say that human?
You're gonna have somebody come out and say, I am not a human. I'm a ball of energy and stardust. So you
Well,
can't.
I wait till that happens.
Wait
I'm
till
gonna be
that
like, all right, Stardust.
Yeah, I
He's
think
speaking to Galactus.
right.
It's like
I was born on the moon, so
I don't know, man. I don't want to make.
It's about to get weird.
I don't want to
can
make
see it
light
right
of their
now.
situation. You know what I'm saying? But I like, bro, we talking like at least for us, this 40 years, and now you switching it up.
No, how about this? Well, so we in what Gen Y you said?
Gen Z right now.
Gen Z?
Yeah.
So did
generations.
did we drop the ball?
We the changers. We millennials are the forefront of changes. So we was on the cusp of the internet age and goddamn Reese gonna get us banned.
Oh, sorry.
Come back. Goddamn, take the flash from his ass. Take the fucking flash.
What Eddie Murphy say? Woo, 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 woo. Pull over.
Oh, okay.
I actually deferred that question.
Okay.
So they don't want some binary comment. That's what he's talking about, grasping binary comment.
No, I just think it's
I don't
just
know what the hell you talking about.
You just said
I think it's asking a lot to approach somebody and ask them a question. What is your preferred pronoun before I address you? Like that's too much for me.
But I'm saying though, is it? These are our kids, right?
Yeah.
So at some point, do we look at ourselves? Was we having kids too young and not able to properly guide them in the right direction? Because how are they 15 telling you what they identify? How do they know that?
They be younger than that.
You know what I'm saying? How do you know that?
Well, you
How
know,
old was Dwayne Wade's son? He was like
10
or something, right?
Yeah, started at 10.
But that was before what's the name? Magic Johnson's son. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I just think you got to look at it like this. It's not like we dropping a ball, but you got to look how the world is structured. How much time you have with your child. They're more affected by their peers than you.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. So it's not like we dropping a ball. You know, maybe we need to sit down and have a little bit more conversation.
But still, though.
But
like,
still,
I don't think it was far from us either. I don't think we were. I know we listened to our people that was in our lives, but I don't think nobody had no bigger influence in my life outside of y'all either. So I don't.
Right.
I mean, as far as like my ear, you know what I mean. So I don't know. It's interesting.
I think now with the Gen Z, they have more access to a variety of people.
100%. Yeah.
Versus us, we didn't have like that much
internet
going on.
Yeah.
But they have people
dial up for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. You be weirded out how these children be confessing what they feel to each other to a point.
Right.
I feel like I'm a girl, or I feel like I'm a boy, or I feel like I want to have sex at 11. Or be trying these things. So it's kind of wild. And then I think the biggest thing that you're asking is like, are we having enough conversation with our children to understand it? And I don't think we have, because look at how you work.
Because how we was
now. But look at us now. Like we don't know.
Yeah.
We don't even know.
We think we're going about life.
Right.
Yeah, we think we're going about life, and
but
whatever example we leading is okay.
Yeah, but you gotta have those conversations now because it's everywhere.
You can
attempt. But now, because we
to have that conversation,
we exposed to it. But think about how we work. Like, Don, you work overnights.
Yep.
You realistically, how much time do you have with your kids? And running your own business too. You work overnights and run your own business. Yep. Think about how time you got probably like a window of 2-3 hours to kind of
4 tops.
Yeah, 4 tops to get all this pertinent information out of that. My child don't live with me. I gotta go over there see her about like 2-3 times a week, and I'm only seeing her for like just a small amount of time.
But then you think about when we was kids, like our parents was there. Did you talk? I didn't talk.
I mean, well, your parents to a degree, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what y'all mean.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like we didn't talk to them.
But yeah, I never.
But I know we talked to each other to a certain extent too.
We did, but still, like, with your mom, how often did she sit us down and have like real conversation about how we was feeling?
Oh, never.
Yeah, never.
It's never. Or we go over there and they'll say, "How are you feeling? Where your mindset at?" You know, so it's just. Man, you probably influenced a little bit by your environment. You probably nurtured a little bit by, whoever you come across. Like we can even give an example of, I don't know if I want to get too deep in that one, but just with that.
So to Vader's point, we did drop the motherfucking ball then, really, right?
No, I don't think.
Right?
I don't think we dropped the ball.
Yeah, because you got to make that time. Like, if you got time.
I think it was coming prevalent in our upbringing, but not necessarily as open. Is in the open, right?
Yeah.
I think we were all kind of was familiar with transsexuals and gay,
but it was.
They should tell us not to go on 74th and Halsted, right?
Right. But
don't go over there. You're right, my boy.
It's like we learned the information and kept it to ourselves. I guess I don't know.
I think it was like what you said. We was the dial-up generation, so we didn't have exposure to see. All we saw was across the street. You know what I'm saying? They can see across the world.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So now their perception, their view of everything is now way more advanced than what ours is. You know what I'm saying?
They don't even just see that shit on, like, they physically see it. We didn't physically see it. How much did you physically see that?
Right.
Where you saw men dressed like women.
You're
like,
right. And when you did,
they see it.
We actually can point it out. Like,
exactly.
look at that. Look at that motherfucker, right? You know what I'm saying? Like,
like it's in it's in the school systems, it's in grocery stores, it's in parks,
it's
bathrooms
now.
You
know what I'm saying? Everything is already.
It's not just on social media.
Movies.
Do you think we was oblivious during that time? Not necessarily dropping the ball. Do you think we was oblivious?
Absolutely though?
Because listen, like with KK, we referenced KK earlier. She used to dress like a boy and play ball with her.
Yep.
Like, was we assuming? We assumed she's a girl that she like boys. Nobody tried to talk to her, but we didn't even try to rationalize. Like, all right, you got braids, you hooping
like a boy.
Yeah, but I mean,
you like girls.
Kinda,
we never thought about
towards our late teens. I think we started thinking like that. Like,
that's when she came with the girlfriend, though. I mean, that's like, oh, okay, you that, and we accept that. We
not
different.
It's different
just from being, gay versus being
non-binary.
Non-binary,
but we never had that conversation with us, is what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. We just let that exist in our world. So it's not like we just sit there and ask like, how you feel?
So that's what I'm saying. I think we were actually like,
I think
but that we were like naive, right?
Okay,
because we just didn't have the exposure to. And we was oblivious a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Because we just didn't have the exposure. We didn't have enough data to like pick up on certain traits or even implant that thought in our head. You know what I'm saying? Like KK in general, or whatever we saying about that, like it never really came about because.
You ever think that y'all gave like a comfort zone?
Because it wasn't like prevalent.
I don't think
we knew it. We knew it existed in the world.
Yeah,
but it wasn't like necessarily right in our face, like in our neighborhoods, like every.
And now I gotta think about it. Well, just going back to that adolescent mind, going back to that time frame. I never saw her with a girlfriend, but I'm also thinking that if it was. And she'd pull it up like, yo, this is my girlfriend. I think we'd have been like, oh damn, all right, bet. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think it would have mattered. I don't think we would have cared.
It didn't matter.
I don't think it would.
But had we have had, like, say Bruce would have showed up, yo, this is my boyfriend. We're like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, it was completely lopsided. You know what I'm saying? Like, we would have been more like, take Young M.A. for instance, right? You don't feel or think nothing different, you know what I'm saying? But you see Saucy Santana, you be like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I think it's
even now, like Lil Nas X, he'd be like, what the fuck is he doing on TV?
Yeah, but it's like they're both part of the same community, but I think we are more accepting of
a female,
the Young M.A.s than we would be.
I think the difference is
in a role. I think that's just like a character. It is, you know what I'm saying? Like if you go back to a lot of their old clips that they had on social media, like Young M.A. was very feminine. She was very feminine. And Lil Nas X was very masculine. He had one clip, I don't know if y'all can see it, where he ordered a pizza or something, like even the way he spoke his mannerisms and everything were just like ours.
Yeah.
But now all of a sudden you're in the limelight and you playing this character where you're very feminine and everything's changed.
But now Jack's got a 1-year-old now.
Yeah, I'm about to say he got a kid. Yeah, he did.
He got a 1-year-old, so we just throw him out. We can say he was a character. Like, I was smashed. I was non-binary at that time.
Right.
Yeah, but I think it comes from a place of you look at a woman as being soft, loving, caring, and all that. So you would look at it as, okay, I can see how that can happen. But as a man, you will see it as like, this is supposed to be a masculine person, someone manly man. You wouldn't understand two men kissing like that. It's like, oh, but now it's just a natural thing. So it's just, for me, I never care about what someone is doing with themselves. Like, all right, that's what you want to do, cool, bro.
But do you want to see it? Do you want to see it?
It doesn't make me uncomfortable to see it.
Want to see it, but yeah, they feel like, man, I don't want to see that shit.
Yeah,
do you how you feel like that?
I don't feel comfortable with any public displays.
You don't want to see a man kissing a man, right?
Yeah, that was just what I asked.
Would you like to see a woman kissing a woman?
Yes.
See, this is what they trying to eliminate. They trying to make it make sense because the construct is always been, patriarchy versus matriarchy. So you believe that, that a woman should be with a man should be with a woman, no matter what. And if it goes beyond that, if you have Christian values or anything like that, this same sex is
a sin.
Is a sin,
abomination
and everything like that. But they trying to move past that and make it okay. I don't care in generally. Like if they in love, they in love.
Let them be in love.
They kissing. I'm not gonna stand there and stare at two men kissing or anything like that. But how to get society created, I will stare at two women kissing. I'm like,
I definitely would.
Yeah, especially.
But I'm gonna keep it player.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't stare at a masculine woman kissing a female woman.
I wouldn't either.
But if we got two feminine women,
too soft,
for sure, I'm definitely tuning in that.
Get a picture.
I mean,
they're out in public.
Yeah, I mean, like, what?
I do feel like that's a double standard, but
it's a double standard. But what does that?
I'm
really
agreeing
matter?
that.
You know what I'm saying?
That's just what it feels like. You know what I'm saying? So, like, take for instance, commercials nowadays. Like every commercial for every little peel, or you know what I'm saying. For one, they always have the weirdest fucking graphic, like the little icon or logo for whatever that peel is, and then they be like, yo, it may cause blindness and you may die, you know what I'm saying, but you can be happy, I'm like, what the fuck? But anyway,
you got these strong ass men walking, stepping over hills and rocks and shit, holding each other hands,
especially the HIV one, right?
So the TV once
you see it
getting tired of that,
and you just like, but you know what I'm talking about, you see it and then you see two black guys,
like, do I need to go to the
both
doctor?
beards, hugging, holding hands, looking over the world, and then they embracing each other, and I'm just like
smiling. Why they always got to smile with a strong?
If you talking about
marketing,
if you talk about marketing, that's the only time I see two fully black people together.
Yep,
it's when they gay.
Yep,
man.
Don't you know? You notice like when you will see where they'll try to throw some like diversity in there.
Yeah,
but it'll always be like a black woman with a white man, or you know what I'm saying, or
racially
a white woman with a black man, right? But it's never two
women,
black. It's never a black family. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That shit is crazy.
But what I was going to say is, but what does like what like how does that one way or another? How does that matter? Like in the like. Want to watch a woman kiss and not want to watch two men kiss? What does that matter?
That's acceptance.
Yeah,
that's all it is.
Yeah,
acceptance.
It's acceptance.
Because it's like if you watching two women kissing, two feminine women kissing, to you that turns on a switch. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But you watch two men kissing, whether they feminine or not, it's like that's
they trying to create normacy with that. So,
yeah,
like if you go and just like, I see two men kissing. Yeah, I understand why they kissing.
I think it's acceptance, but I also think you would be if you see both, one is going to be more arousing than the other one.
I know, but that's natural though. That's nothing to do with
anything a woman does that has anything to do, like sexually. We're gonna be aroused by
right. So I don't think that has anything to do with anything.
So I kind of agree with Veda on that one. Yeah.
They actually kind of do. Yeah.
Like I mean, like you quite naturally you don't want to see a man kissing.
Shit, you see two women fighting and it's arousing. You be like, you get a little turned on by it.
I mean, like even if you watch like
UFC? Women
UFC. Yeah.
No, I don't.
I was gonna say I don't
They be
know this Ike Turner.
I mean, neither then.
They be getting beat the hell up.
Ooh, that fat ass eye.
Oh, but it was a fine one.
Put that goddamn crown down, boy. That's it.
Misha Tate and Ronda Rousey.
Oh, you talking about 2 women fight?
That's what I just.
Yeah,
What
you
the
was
fuck
talking-
you think I'm talking about?
I thought you said 2 men with no shirts. That's what I'm like.
What the? That's not, you know what counts in this whole conversation?
let's go to the next one.
What? That's what I'm like. What?
They got to put the crown.
You gotta put
That ginger ale. Or
Scissor.
I said, what the fuck did that step into, man?
He drinking a dessert wine.
Made it drinking lean. This is lean.
Did you see his face?
That
Like,
took me
yo,
right out of the conversation. I'm like, what the fuck just happened?
Reese,
Like,
where you been?
It's just like,
what the fuck did it just say?
You been going too long.
what kind of
Say
flu?
none about no men with no shirt. We ain't even
That's what I'm
talking about
saying.
no men with no shirt.
He'll say which kind of flu you
Hold
have.
what? The behind flu.
My booty was over the entire time.
What the fuck? I'm like, what the fuck is this talking about?
That was gonna be a mic drop for him. Vader was gonna be done.
Yeah.
Man.
Because I'm lost. Like, what the fuck? He said, oh, no, not me either. I'm like, what the fuck did he just say? What?
They said that they wouldn't get aroused by seeing 2 women fight. Like it's not. No, when I say aroused, I don't.
Yeah, no. I get it. But I was just talking about, yeah, okay.
He's like,
I
let's
just-
move on. Let's not
No,
even
yeah.
say
No, I'm like, okay.
So I'm just like, yo, but I'm just like, we are supposed to
Right.
look at women differently, no matter what they, partaking in. You know what I'm saying? So by accepting one and not accepting another, that's quite natural. And I'm sure majority is, if it was reversed, women watching men over women watching women, it's kind of gonna be the same way. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a majority on one side than the other. You know what I'm saying? But so I don't think that's quite
Why WNBA don't have fans though?
because it's not exciting and more men
got
watch
cakes,
sports.
You ever watch the WNBA game?
I did, but it was terrible.
Man, it's rough to watch. It is.
It was terrible.
It's rough. It's not exciting. It's just
It's not that exciting.
No,
There's a lot of fine women now though.
it is.
It's not exciting and it's not as crisp. If they were like really like keen and sharp, like they plays be sloppy, like you know what I'm
Man.
saying? Like they, you know what I'm saying?
Or
So
even
if it was just a little bit more, the game was a little bit more crisp. I mean, it's getting there because they're starting to get players that's like really stand out above, like a cut above. You can clearly tell they're a cut above the rest of the women.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna get there eventually. But like right now, they plays be falling all over the place. They be tripping on the court. Like it be
and then you like I even
finna
seen
get
social
smacked.
media wise where
I'm about to be out
yeah, pretty much. But like you said acceptance, right?
Yeah.
Or not acceptance when we was talking about sports with the UFC. Because I seen this, I was probably high school, but it was a girl playing football. And I'm like, come on, bro. Like y'all going a little too far. Not like football's a protected sport, but let's keep it all the way player. Do you want to see little Judy lined up against Georgia? You know what I'm saying? She's going to get trucked, and then now y'all gonna feel like, oh, that's a girl. No, it's not. It's a binary.
This bitch came to play.
You know what I'm saying? She came to play, so she gonna get trucked like everybody else.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I don't
get hurt.
I can't imagine.
So
They
like
should not.
how bad do you want in? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like how bad, like you said with the UFC, how bad you want in? Because if you want in on this, then we get in on that. And like you said, now you go to WNBA, you score 1 million points.
Yeah, but that's not that's the problem. The problem is it's not the non. I don't know what we call ourselves, right? You know what I'm saying? It's not the heterosexual people. Because that's trying to break into that world. It's them trying to fight for rights to come into the So it's
But
like, you know what I'm saying?
make them all inclusive.
Yeah. It's not like guys are trying to get in the NBA to hoop. It's like a man trying to fight a woman in the UFC. Like that's not that. You know what I'm saying? That's just ridiculous. Yeah.
But if you
identify
if
identifying this community and you want to be addressed as a woman,
right?
So now I have to let you participate in all activities like a woman, which is not fair.
Yeah.
It's just not fair.
Exactly.
Getting kicked by a motherfucking size 15.
You think of the what was
It's a
that
lot
movie?
harder to get kicked by a size 6.
It's a long time ago, and it kind of addressed what's happening to Joanna Man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Come on, bro. LeBron want to identify as a her. He go to WNBA.
He averaging 65 points a game.
He averaging 90 a game.
65 points a quarter.
You know what I'm saying?
That's more like
Like what Veronica said from Facebook. She said maybe Lil Judy's a butch.
That's okay.
I'm a keep it player. It's some tough ass women out here. It really is. But even the toughest man, you gonna line up against Ray Lewis?
I know, but
definitely.
but the problem
is like, bro, no fucking way.
Nah, I get it. It's probably some women out here that probably could
line up against Ray Lewis.
No. What I'm saying, like if she a bush, that she probably can tussle with a guy.
Right.
But we talking about on average.
Average.
On average.
I think,
and that's where they get confused at, because Judy can knock out one guy.
Right.
Like, oh, she's a man's sport. No, that's just that one guy.
Yeah.
The rest of the guy will walk her ass to, you know what I'm saying, halfway down the street. Like that's not fair. You can't just throw her in the pot because she can handle herself very well.
Yeah.
But not very well against men. That's just not the same.
I really think that it should be just intergender, a level of intergender sports that's not as violent. Like I wouldn't mind intergender basketball.
That's fine.
Yeah.
No
fair.
football, no boxing.
How can that even be possible?
That is impossible.
What WNBA player can even
man
be a 15th man?
Man, you talking about those Cheryl Swoops and Don Stanley?
I've never seen her play.
Man?
But what about a girl who just got released from Russia?
No.
Brittany Garner?
How is she? Could she play in the WNBA?
She's 6'9",
right?
And that's the small forward in the NBA.
Could she play in the NBA?
She can't even run.
No.
She's slow as hell.
I said
couldn't play at all.
She's clearly a Yao Ming, probably slower.
Well, we ain't talking
So
about.
how can you even say that she's gonna play a big in the NBA? It's not gonna happen.
Do she dominate in the WNBA?
No, she don't even
dominate in WNBA. She's good.
She's good.
She's good, but she doesn't dominate. No.
So who's
Nobody
a dominant
dominates in
player
the WNBA.
there that can play in the NBA?
No, let me
Nobody.
take this. It's
Ever
still going to be a level of skill set that you have, because you got all these good players that's in the G League, right? That can't cut it in the actual NBA. Wouldn't you? We don't play with a lot of women over.
That's my
career.
point right here. Look at V. Look at V last comment.
What she said?
That's the same for men. Some men can't match.
That's what I'm just exactly
men.
saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. But I'm just saying, so sometimes it should be an intergender league. Like, man, we play with Shells, we don't play with the Renees.
Yep.
And we over 6 foot.
Yep.
Shell was like 5'8".
Yep.
That's not too far from my height.
Yep.
And she used to bust her ass.
Play hard
but when
too.
they
Play
can't,
hard
when the man can't make it in the league, they replace him with another player that can.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But
But you're not gonna find multiple Cheryl Swoops. You know what I'm saying?
You can. If you seen this
Pac, we ain't even.
you seen this current landscape of NCAA women. You
Every
just said not too ago.
dominant woman player we've seen has been one of a kind. It's only been one Diana Taurasi. It's only been one Cheryl Swoops. It's haven't been even nobody remotely close to these players.
Wait.
You still seeing these women a lot of skill sets.
I didn't say they wasn't.
Now
I said nobody been remotely close to those players.
To do what?
we're saying
Being as great, as good.
that
You got what?
identify
Coop.
as women. But what about scientifically body part, gender related women
I'm still
that identify as men? Could
intergender
they
sport.
play? Yeah.
Intergender sports. I still say.
I mean,
I'm not talking about this on
they could if they identify. I mean, you can
a
do
level of
anything at this
professional
point,
sports.
but
I
they
think
can't.
that's what we are.
They're not gonna be a competitor.
But then could you go the other way? Can they
Can they join the UFC and get punched in the face? Is what you asking me?
or could they join the WNBA?
No, I think the once we argue now,
Or because they got a lingerie league, I think it's stupid. You know what I'm saying? For football.
So you saying
that's just a
if
try.
You see Kayvon Thibodeau
So
over
what
there,
were you
edge
asking?
rushing.
Is it if a
Definitely
man transfers to woman or if a woman transfers to man?
Both.
So we already seen the man transfer to woman. We seen that in the UFC.
Yeah.
We also seen that swimming.
Yeah,
Swimming.
Olympics.
And he won.
bodybuilding. Yeah.
he
He
cleaned
won.
that
He
clock.
played.
He cleaned that clock, and that's.
Don, it's not even. Come on, bro. It's not even fair. It's like
It's-
racing an
it's
I
not
8-year-old.
still think it should be an intergender level of sports. That
And
doesn't
what-
mean it has to be a professional.
No, that's what I'm
You
saying.
you think you think it's
Golf.
thinking you just thinking it's an
Golf.
ultimate. No, you just thinking it's an ultimate level. Just the flat. You got the USFL, right? Can any of them players just walk on the NFL team and play?
Yeah.
the 53-man squad or a practice squad?
Yep.
Hell fucking no. That's why they in the USFL.
Boy, yes, they can.
Yeah, sometimes Kurt Warner came from like outside.
He came from the Canadian football.
He came from outside leagues. It's just that you got to get the opportunity.
But Kurt Warner is 1-on-1. How often? How many stories you have?
It ain't a lot.
It ain't
not a lot.
That's exactly
not a lot.
You can still have a professional level intergender sports.
Okay,
you can't have that.
I see what you're saying.
Except if it's get too violent.
I hear what you're saying. I'm thinking you thinking intergender like that.
Oh no, I'm not talking about
put them in any kind of main league. No. Okay, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, all right. You can do an intergender league.
Yeah, I get it.
And go for it.
Well, it sounds like that's what we pushing for. We okay?
What? No.
Intergender league? Yeah, I push for that.
I thought we would
I will watch it.
Veronica say, so what happens if a transgender like Caitlyn Jenner joins a female
That's
sport?
unfair because if people know who Bruce Jenner was, he literally was the greatest fucking Olympian ever. Like
he gonna walk them.
Ever. He gonna walk
them. And I think it should be okay. I think it should be okay.
15 Wheatie box.
Because you want inclusion. You want representation. That's he identifies as a her. That human identifies as a her.
Mm-hmm.
And she wants to do the Olympics.
And naturally, that's why I don't get offended when that happens. Because
that's what I'm saying. But this is what we continue to see. Is what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. This is it's never the other way around, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, I got a good one.
I got a good one.
That's the point I'm trying to make. That's the point I'm trying to make. They're allowing men to become feminine.
Yep.
Right. On TV.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
But they're allowing women to become masculine. Right. You know what I'm saying? But they're not gonna let them join the sports, but they'll let the men come down and slap on women all day or whatever the case may be.
I don't even think
but they don't allow women to go because they're just not good enough. We obviously know it's a discrepancy in athleticism and just physicality, right? Okay. All the way around the board. So we know a lot of those women can't do things at the level that men can athletically.
Yeah.
Right?
Because I was definitely gonna say you take in their primes the baddest woman on the planet. Who is that?
Depending on what sport.
Fighting.
Is
Ronda Rousey.
Layla.
Well, according to the title,
that's
baddest woman on the planet.
That's a nickname. She got her ass beat the fuck up.
But
Cyborg
the baddest man on the planet was Mike Tyson.
She gonna get her ass beat the fuck up.
Or if you even put her against Floyd, you see what I'm saying? Like how bad you gonna end? That's
she's the same size as Floyd. That's crazy.
And he will beat the shit out of her.
He would beat the hell out of her.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like that's okay because if it's okay with y'all, it's okay with me.
But in turn,
that's a little bit different.
But Ronda Rousey will beat him in a straight up shoot fight.
Beat who?
Mayweather, because Mayweather
beat him in what?
In a shoot fight. She's a wrestler,
and that's what I was gonna say. Like you gotta
beat Floyd in wrestling. You could beat him in wrestling.
Yeah,
that's what he's saying. He's saying in a street fight, like in a regular just fight. She probably could take Floyd.
Shoot fight, not a street fight.
Wait,
he'll beat anybody else in a street fight. Any boxers will beat somebody else in a street fight.
In a street fight,
that's even worse.
Boxers in a street fight,
in like a UFC street fight.
No, you talking about a shoot fight. She's a wrestler. It's called shooting. So she'll beat him like submission wise, taking him down and stuff like that. She will beat him. Like straight up boxing match, beat his ass. But boxers in street fights will beat anybody else.
I don't know about that one.
Y'all don't know about a boxer beating somebody in a street fight?
If he could whoop somebody's ass with gloves on, imagine with the gloves off.
I get it.
It's people walking the street better than that, though.
But no.
But you got
boxer trained to hit pinpoints on you to knock you out.
Okay, when you say anybody, you mean like average Joe, or you mean anybody?
So
anybody.
So you
mean like a UFC fighter? You think Floyd can whoop his ass on a street fight?
He just beat him. The fucking MMA fight in boxing.
In boxing.
Yeah, yes, in a street fight. But if you talking about
you think if Conor McGregor, boy, he'll beat the shit out of Floyd.
Will beat the shit out of Floyd?
Yes, in the UFC fight.
In a UFC fight,
if you swing it, throwing hands,
no.
You
in a UFC
you thinking that he gonna because he throw chairs or something like that?
But you said a street fight.
That's another conversation.
Conor McGregor
gotta be a 2-minute drill.
Yeah, that's gonna be a 2 minute.
I don't know. Man, Conor McGregor will beat the shit out of him. He will beat the shit out of a lot of fucking boxers.
Kimbo Slice came into the UFC. That's a street fight. He was fucking people up.
But
he started getting his ass whipped.
I saw him get his ass up in the street fight.
Yeah, but that's
that white cop. That white cop beat the fuck out of his ass.
Yeah.
I was mad.
Shit.
Yeah, he had him in a basement. White cop is big as hell.
Beating the fuck out of his ass.
Beating the fuck out of Kimbo Slice. That's the only fight he ever lost.
That's because he had a badge on.
I had to see it.
I ain't see that one. Yeah, I ain't see that.
Like I say, we was talking pronouns.
Don't see it. Was that
Final thoughts, man.
It wasn't that bad.
Final thoughts on the pronouns.
We don't need them.
Yeah.
We don't need them. We don't need them. We don't need them.
Get back to the basics, baby.
Either you know, heterosexual or homosexual, and just leave it at that.
Okay.
If you did how you dress is one thing, that's totally up to you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But trying to even sex change, that's totally up to you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? No difference. But when you get into these classes, because now you make it appealing to people that's still learning life. That's what I'm gonna say. You know what I'm saying? When you start classing it off and things like that, because now they're gonna want to know about each one of these things, and that's kind of detrimental to upbringing of some of our children. So just leave things where they are.
I just feel like we can't control gender.
What it used to be,
we can't like you guys said, scientifically you can't control gender. You're either born a male or you're born a female. You know what I'm saying? Like Veda say, however you want to dress.
Yeah, you're not born
your sexual preference. That's on you. But as far as gender,
they argue that too, though.
You're either a male or you're a female. I'm sticking with it. I'm sticking with the basics.
I don't know. I guess when it comes to it, I just always felt like stick to your natural human function, which is to reproduce, which is which is done between a male and a female.
Put me in, coach.
What's your final thought, B?
He said, "Put me in, coach." She want to join the league. She gonna talk about. She want to be able to make her hands as lethal weapons.
Oh my god.
Well, my final thought is I have to add context to a lot of things I say in Total Line because I am part of my job, diversity, equity, and inclusion. I do believe in representation. However, I think a lot of times with these pronouns, it's changing actual language, which makes everything a little bit difficult. And also it's forcing me to go beyond what I know. And it's not like the right way to challenge somebody. So it's just, if I identify you as something, I try to respect people by calling by their names and everything like that. But, just going up to people asking what's your proper pronoun. You don't address people by their pronouns constantly and stuff like that. So I think the ultimate respect is calling by their name, what their preferred name is. If I internally believe you're a man or a woman, that's my prerogative. I shouldn't be penalized for doing that. But if you feel some certain way, I try to keep it respectful by calling you what your name is, but I'm not going to change anything.
You can't make me call a man.
Man, right? You can't make me do that, and that's the only thing I've been offensive about it. Like, man, you're gonna sit here and tell me you have a problem with me not identifying you the way you feel. That just doesn't make the sense. That's like me calling a door a floor. That doesn't make sense.
You can't. Right. I was just one last thing. You can't press your lifestyle on me, and that's what they're doing is like
because that's a choice,
pressing their lifestyle.
To me,
that's your choice.
That's your choice.
Don't include me into your choice. It's not having nothing to do with me.
Because you feel like a woman, I don't feel like you are.
You were born a man, you choose to be a woman. You were born a woman, you choose to be a man. That's up to you. You know what I'm saying? So they said, you can't press that upon me.
Mine, I think I agree with Pac-Man. It's like I'm gonna just call you whatever you want to be called, like name wise. If I make the mistake and be like, you look like a dude, but you a girl, you know what I'm saying? Oh, okay, my bad. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just call you by your name.
Name is,
you know what I'm saying? And just knowing that this is a thing, and it's just like for me, I like it. Don't ask me what my pronoun is. I'm like, I don't give a fuck, bro. You see, I'm a dude. Call me a dude. You know what I'm saying? Call me him, her, but just call me Don, you know what I'm saying? But it just don't get that deep for me. So, because it's like you said, the life being forced the lifestyle on you. We've been fighting to be human beings as Black people, and they still ain't accepting that shit. You know what I'm saying? So,
disrespectful.
You know what I mean? So it's like
after a while.
You know what I mean?
I didn't want to go down that road.
But we on the same wavelength with that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like if you said your name is Chuck, I'm gonna call you Chuck. Point blank, period. You know what I'm saying?
Can agree.
And I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, Chuck said do woo woo. You know what I mean? I may make the mistake and be like her, but forgive me because you still look like a fucking her. You know what I'm saying? But I will make the a conscious attempt like that human. You know what I'm saying? That human Chuck said woo woo, because I don't, you don't want to be offensive.
Yeah.
And if you want to be called Stardust, hey, yo, that Stardust Chuck said, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna call you whatever you want to be called. Point blank, period.
Absolutely.
Hold on before we get out of here. Veronica. She said, I feel any adult should be able to make their own decisions, gender-wise. My issue is when we have children in ES taking hormones to switch their gender. Some haven't hit puberty and are making such a drastic decision. That is a whole nother cup of worms that I don't know anything about.
That's what
I would be more interested in talking
Dwayne
to
Wade's
one-on-one.
Dwayne Wade's
child
baby mama. Yeah, she was saying that, like she blamed Dwayne Wade for it because he's encouraging it. Instead of trying to, guide him and tell him like to wait until, you become an adult, then you make that type of decision. Just 10 years old, like that's just not a decision. I don't feel like that you're capable of making, that you're mature enough to make.
Is he older than that though?
Now he's about like 12, 13,
13, 14, something like that.
Yeah. He living his dad's truth.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah,
on that note, appreciate y'all for coming out.
About that either. In your podcast.
Podcast for the night.
We back.
Yeah.